So inshallah we will be studying the 19th verse of Surah Al-Baqarah and the 20th verse of Surah Al-Baqarah. Inshallah I will be back in my center tomorrow, so I will recap these two verses again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون. Someone is deaf, bukmun dumb, and umyun is blind. So someone bukmun umyun, deaf, dumb, and blind. Fahum, fa is so. We've read fa many times now. Fa is so, hum they. Fahum, so they, la not. Yarji'un, they will return. Summun bukmun umyun fahum la yarji'un. They are deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not return. Let's move on to the next verse now. أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين. Or it is like a heavy rain from the clouds, wherein is thick darkness and thunder and lightning. They put their fingers into the ears because of the thunderclaps for fear of death, and Allah encompasses the disbelievers. Now, this verse of the Quran is a bit longer than the previous verses that we have studied, and but inshallah, I'm hopeful that you will be able to keep up with it. Aw here, aw is or. Ka sayyibin, ka like. When you make a comparison, like something, so ka is this ka here. Let me see if I can. Right, yes. Ka is like sayyibin rain. Aw ka sayyibin, or like rain. And where does the rain come from? Minas samai, from the clouds. As-sama is also used to refer to the heavens. But because it's the rain, we can say minas samai, from the clouds. Fi here, this is here. I wasn't able to change the font because of it. I'm using someone else's computer at the moment. So fi here is in it. Fi in. Fi in. Just a second. Fi in, he it. Fi he in it. Fi he in it. In these clouds are what? Zulumatun, darkness. Darkness, thick darkness. Wa ra'dun, wa and ra'dun, thunder. Wa barkun, and lightning. Yaj'aluna, they put asabi'ahum, their fingers. So again, asabi'ah is fingers. Hum in the end is referring to their. Asabi'ahum, their fingers. Where do they put their fingers? Fi in azanihim, in their ears. Fi azanihim, in their ears. And why do they put their fingers in their ears? From as-sawaik, the thunderclaps. Hazar al-maut, for fear of death. Hazar al-maut, hazar is fear, al-maut is death, fear of death. Wallahu, and Allah, muhitun. Muhitun is the one who encompasses, he gathers. Bil kafirin, with the disbelievers. Now there are certain words here which you will find a bit tricky, and the only way to go about them is to memorize them and to learn them. Um, for example, let's just highlight these words. Um, Sayyibin is one hard word. Fihi zulumat. I think you know zulumat. Ra'dun, barqun, yaj'aluna asabi'ahum. So I'll just highlight asabi'a. Hum means there. Asabi'a, fingers. Fi azanihim. Azan, even in, we say to give the azan, right? So azaniham, in their ears. Minas sawa'ike. Hazar al maut. I will also highlight hazar al maut. So hazar, right? And if you go to the top, I think all three of these words are worth memorizing, right? So if we go through these verses again, I think there are three verses which you will have to remember. Summun is deaf, bukmun dumb, and umyun blind, right? So deaf, dumb, and blind. Um, and in the next verse, the difficult verse which I have highlighted for you, aw kasayibin, or like a sayyib, rain. Kasayibin, like the rain. Where does the rain come from? Minas sama, min from a sama, the clouds. What's in the clouds? Fihe, in it, in the clouds. Zulumatun is thick darkness. Wa and ra'dun and thunder. Wa barq and lightning. Yaj'aluna, so when this happens, yaj'aluna, they put. Yaj'aluna, they put. Asabi'ahum, their fingers. Where do they put their fingers? Fi in azanihim, in their ears. And why do they put their fingers in their ears? Minas sawa'iki hadar al maut. Because of the thunderclaps. Hazar al maut, for fear of death. Wallahu, and Allah. Muhitun encompasses, he gathers. Bil kafirin, the disbelievers.
يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لذهب بسمعهم وأبصارهم إن الله على كل شيء قدير. So you can see it's a fairly longer verse than the previous verses that we have covered. So the translation is that the lightning might well nigh snatch away their sight. Whenever it shines upon them, they walk therein. And when it becomes dark to them, they stand still. And if Allah willed, He would take away their hearing and their sight. Surely Allah has the power to do all that He wills. So this I've only chosen one verse for today because I think it's something which will take a little while to cover. But nevertheless, this is the split word translation. Yakado, might well nigh. What this means, it's that almost. In Urdu, yakado would be kareeb tha, that almost. It's a verb, but that's the way it's been translated, right? So when you go to the general translation, it says that the lightning might well lie snatch away their sight. Might well lie would mean that almost snatch away their sight. Okay. Al-Barqo, we studied yesterday, means lightning. And because of Alif Lam, Alif Lam, Al-Barqo is the lightning. Yakhtafo means to snatch away. Yakhtafo, he snatches away. So as you can see below, it says yakhtafu, snatch away, is derived from khatafa, meaning he seized the thing quickly, he snatched it away. Okay, to yakhtafu, to seize something rapidly, right? So that's yakhtafu, that he snatches away. And what does it snatch away? Absarahum, their eyes. So when you read this part in the translation, it will be that the lightning, al-barqu, the lightning, might well nigh snatch away their sight. This will be the translation up to here, right? This is the first topic that's being covered, that the lightning might well nigh snatch away their sight. Yakado, might well nigh, or almost. Al-barqu, the lightning. Yakhtafu, he snatches away. So the snatching away, the he refers to al-barqu, but the lightning would snatch away absarahum, their eyes. Absar, eyes. Absarahum, their eyes or their sight. Okay, the translation has their sight, but you can say their eyes. Kullama, whenever, adaa, it shines, lahum, la, for whom, them. Whenever it shines for them, mashao, they walk, fihe, in it. Wa idha, and when, azlama, it becomes dark, alayhim, on them, qamu, they stand still. Walau, and if, sha'allahu, Allah willed. Sha'a means to desire something. Sha'a, that he willed. Sha'allahu, Allah willed. And if Allah willed, la zahaba, la is surely, or when you say he would have definitely, la zahaba, he would have surely taken away bisam'ihim, their hearing, wa, and absarihim, their sight. Inna Allah, surely Allah, Allah, on kulli shay'in, on all, kul is all, kulli shay'in, on all things, is qadir, is the all powerful. Okay, I know it might be a bit too much to take in, but let's go through it again. Yaqadul barku. Now, the way I want you to learn the translation, and you might hear me often saying the same thing, that break down that verse. Okay, so instead of trying to translate all of the verse in one go, if you break it down into small chunks, it might become a bit easier for you to translate the entire translation. Okay, so for example, when you look at this part, yakadul barqu yakhtafu absarahum. Now see it in the sense that what is it in this that you remember already? If you look at absarahum, most of you, I think by now, will identify this with sight, with eyes. Absarahum, their eyes. So there you go. You've identified one translation. Al barqu, we studied yesterday, means the lightning, right? Now you've got two, and the remaining two are there. So now you've got some idea as to what the translation is going to be, right? Rather than sometimes you can become overwhelmed and just say this is too difficult, but try to break it down before you translate. So let's try to break it down. So yakado means almost. Might, the translation, official translation is that it might well nigh, like it will almost, right? You have to also understand what it means. It means almost. In Urdu, the translation would be Kareeb tha. It was very close. So might well nigh, this is the classical translation of that. So yakadul barku, al barku is the lightning. Yakhtafu, yakhtafu on its own means he snatches away. Al barku yakhtafu, the lightning snatches away. That's the way I normally put the translation to you. So al-barqu yaqtafu, the lightning snatches away. And what does it snatch away? Again, I taught you, the technique of questioning yourself, right? So, for example, you say yakadul barqu, the lightning might well lie, or almost. Yakhtafu, snatch away. What is it snatch away? So question yourself, and the answer is right next to it. Absarahum, their eyes. This is also a very good way of trying to understand the text. Kullama, whenever, adaa, it shines. Whenever it shines, lahum, for them, right? So whenever, this is still indicating to the lightning. So whenever it shines, lahum, for them, mashaw, they walk, fihe, in it, fi in, he it, fihe, in it, wa iza, and when, aslama, it became dark, or it becomes dark. You can do either translation. Whenever it becomes dark, alayhim, on them. Again, remember, alayhim is actually alahim, right? I remember teaching you this. This is actually like this. Allah is on, upon, him, them, right? So just remember that again. Alayhim, on them, qamu, they stand still. Have you heard of the term iqamatis salat? Or when we say iqamatis salat means to establish namaz, right? But in fact, what it means is to establish, means um, uh, to give that thing or something a base, right? And it becomes established. So when you say iqamat salat, it means to establish your prayer. So when you stand up to offer namaz, you've established your prayer. If that makes sense, you've stood up now and you're ready to begin your salat. So qamu is they stand still, right? Wa iza aslama, and when it becomes dark, alayhim, on them, qamu, they stand still. Walau, and if, wa and law, if, Allahu, Allah willed. Sha'a means he willed. Allahu, if Allah willed, la zahaba, he would have surely taken away. What would he have taken away? Bisam'ihim, the hearing. Sorry, be is with, right? So if I type it, he would have taken away with the hearing, wa absarihim, and their sight. Inna Allah, surely Allah, ala kulli shay'in qadir. Surely Allah on all things is the all powerful. Okay. So the shay'in, we've just read shay'in, things. Shay'in, thing, or what one wills, is infinitive noun, infinitive from sha'a. Sha'a means he willed or he intended. The word shay'un is ordinarily translated as a thing or anything or something, right? So sha'a, if you go back here, sha'a is he willed, or shay'un is thing, right? So sha'a, you desire something, you will for something, and that usually is a thing. So shay'un is thing, object, thing. The next word here they have in the commentary is qadir. Qadir has the power, is derived from qadara. They say qadara alay, he had the power to do it, or he possessed power over him or it. Qadir means powerful, possessing power over, or possessing power to do. Qadirun is the intensive form of qadir and means very powerful, most powerful, having or possessing full power, right? So qadir means powerful, just generally. If you say a king is powerful, you say qadir. But Qadir is the intensified form of Qadir, right? Intensive form of Qadir means very powerful. This is used for Allah the Almighty. Very powerful or having utmost power, full power, right? This is reserved for Allah the Almighty. Surely Allah, ala kulli shay'in, on all things, Qadirun is all powerful. Look after yourselves, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.